Our next speaker is Andrew DeWeese. He is a co-leader of Green Light Law Group, one of the country's foremost cannabis and psychedelic law firms. He founded the Oregon Cannabis Law Group in 2014 and is also the founder of the Oregon State Bar Cannabis and Psychedelic Section. He focuses his practice on complex litigation within emerging cannabis and psychedelic industries. And in 2019, he led the Green Light Law Group legal team that prevailed against the Oregon Liquor Control Commission to strike down Oregon's short-lived ban on flavored cannabis vape products. Let me be the first to say, woohoo! That kind of junk doesn't get us anywhere. So good fight. And not just a lawyer, he also earned a performer diploma in viola performance from Indiana University and was formerly a professional caliber orchestral violist who was touring throughout Europe and the Americas. So it's always fascinating to see a lawyer who can do many other interesting things. And so now
Hey everyone, thank you so much for having me today. It's been really amazing to see all of the panelists so far, and I'm hoping that I can make a useful contribution here as well. Like Lex said, I'm with Greenlight Law Group. We have offices in Seattle, our main office is in Portland, and we have a satellite office in Medford, Oregon. What I do, as Lex said, is I focus on litigation. I'm a trial lawyer by training. So when somebody's really in trouble, normally they talk to me. Someone is like a cannabis licensee is in danger of losing their license, they come to me. And so we're looking forward to helping folks in the Measure 109 program, and we are currently helping several clients in the entheogenic community. But the law firm is a full service law firm, so we do really it all for these businesses. What I'm really passionate about in the context of this presentation is, you know, the possibility of a new industry here in Oregon and then throughout the country and the world. It's not totally new. It's probably one of the most ancient industries, but we've really legalized it here in Oregon, and we've legalized it in a really great way that I hope will I hope that the framework that we've got in Oregon protects somewhat against the inevitable consolidation, you know, that we saw in so many other industries, definitely the cannabis industry. I think that Measure 109 is set up in a way where that doesn't have to happen. It's not just Measure 109 though, it's the community of folks who I think have an interest in Measure 109 and being psychedelic therapists and participating in this industry. If you have an interest in psychedelics, you've had a profound experience, you've realized the interconnectedness of all of us. You've gotten in touch with the, you know, tens of thousands of years of human prehistory in which our ancestors did not live under a white supremacist capitalist system and didn't have all of the problems that we are facing these days, yet nevertheless lived together in harmony for many years. The other reason, you know, is, and so because of that experience, I think folks here will hopefully gravitate towards being together in, you know, modalities like awake.net and hopefully other modalities in order to advocate for themselves, for mutual aid among folks in the industry, and to advocate for better treatment for their clients. Another reason why I think the Measure 109 system in Oregon doesn't necessarily have to go that way is the way the Measure 109 is put together. So just briefly, under Measure 109, there will be 4 types of licenses. There's the facilitator license, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more, the products license to manufacture products, the service center, where the clients can meet facilitators and be administered psilocybin, and then the testing license. So facilitators under the Measure 109 system will actually be independently licensed professionals subject to a code of ethics and defined standards of professional conduct. They're not, this is not a medical modality. The Measure 109 system is purposefully set up to allow people to access psilocybin in a non-medical way. For whatever reason you want to access psilocybin, you can do it under Measure 109. The facilitators will be graduates of qualified and approved training programs that will be open to anyone under over 21 and with a high school diploma. And until January 1st, 2025, you have to be an Oregon resident. After that, the residency requirement goes away. The statute mandates that the education and training that psilocybin facilitators will go through will have a particular emphasis on facilitation skills that are affirming, non-judgmental, and non-directive. A psychedelic service facilitator will engage in basically 3 types of sessions with a client. The first one is required, which is a preparation session, which may but does not have to occur at a service center. After the client undergoes this session, the facilitator will certify that the client has gone through it and must certify that before the administration session. The administration session is where at the psilocybin service center, the facilitator, the client in the presence of the facilitator ingests the psilocybin and metabolizes it under the supervision of the facilitator. The third session is the integration session. It is not required under the statute. However, as we all know, it's very, very important. The facilitator license is not actually tied to any one premises. So I believe what we'll have here is a new a class of therapists where independently licensed professionals will be able to access patients in a very effective way because of the non-judgmental and affirming nature of their training. I think we're in great shape here to resist the gold rush type of mentality that we saw in the cannabis industry, because there will be so many licensees, and I hope that we can keep it very decentralized. What we've seen in the cannabis industry is really a gold rush mentality, which I don't think will be the same here. We've seen now consumers concentrate mainly on price and potency rather than anything else that goes into the product. There's very little concern about how the product is grown. It's a bad situation. I don't believe the same thing will happen in psilocybin because of the way the law is set up and because of the practitioners who are coming into the practice. One thing that I would love to sort of plug here is that there will be in Oregon a psychedelic therapists association where folks are able to join together and again to advocate for the profession and advocate for their clients. I hope that everyone pays attention to what's going on in Oregon. I think that it will be hopefully a model for the rest of the country in terms of non-commercialization, accessing psychedelics in a safe, non-judgmental manner. And so I hope everybody watches what's going on here. We have the opportunity to not go down the same road as we did in cannabis, and I really hope we use it. Thanks again to Lakshmi and Await.net and to all my fellow panelists. Thank you.